Just in, thousands of winter arrivals at your Nordstrom Rack store. Save up to 70% on coats, slippers, and cashmere from Kate Spade, New York, Vince, UGG, Levi's, and more.
Check out these boots.
They've got the best gifts.
My holiday shopping hack? Join the Nordy Club.
Get an extra 5% off every Rack purchase with your Nordstrom credit card. Plus, buy it online and pick it up in store the same day for free. Big gifts, big perks. That's why you Rack.
This episode brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can get a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Attack the Baseline, a WNBA podcast where every episode we attack our baseline knowledge of the WNBA. We're your hosts, John and Kristen Barber, and today we're back to talk about a thrilling victory by our U.S. 3x3 Americup team down in Mexico. We got the opportunity to watch those matches following the holiday weekend, so we're going to get into what we saw from the 4 Team USA members that were down there playing basketball. And we have a couple updates on the state of the CBA, which unfortunately still not has been signed and may not ever be signed. We'll see. We'll get into it. But before we do, Kristen, how are you?
I am okay. I definitely am coming down with a cold. My throat is very sore.
So she's going to have that good rasp to her voice today.
I feel like it's not bad right now. You think?
Oh, no, but I think it could be by the end of this pod.
I swore last night that I was going to wake up this morning and not have a voice.
You were coughing a good bit.
Yeah. But I did have Girl Scouts today, and we are gearing up for cookie season. And I did want to talk to John about the new cookie.
New cookie? I haven't heard about this. This is breaking news.
Yes, it is. So last year, the past couple years, there was a cookie, the Toastiers.
Oh, so good.
Those have been canceled.
R.I.P.
No more Toastiers.
Gone but not forgotten.
They were good, but they were like big and really sugary.
Yeah, very sugary.
New cookie this year. It's called the Explore Mores.
Okay, so it's a s'more cookie?
No. You would think. Kind of.
Okay.
It's s'more adjacent. It's Rocky Road flavor.
Oh.
It's like chocolate, marshmallow, almond flavor.
Okay, I can get down. Is it like chocolate covered?
No.
No.
It's like chocolate cookie that I guess, I don't know if it's a sandwich with a marshmallow inside. I'm not sure. We just saw a picture of it. Hopefully, we're trying to get a box to try next week.
Okay.
So we'll report back if it's good or not.
Okay. All right. I can get down with that. That's probably like what, premium? So it's like $1 more to get that one?
No. They're all $6 this year. I've been told. But the gluten-free ones are more.
Right. But not even the humble Girl Scout cookie can beat inflation. We're going from $5 to $6.
No.
What a shame. What a shame. Well, I look forward to trying the Explore More. Before we get into the content of today's episode, if you'd like to send us an email, you could do so at our email, attackthebaseline@gmail.com. Connect with us on social media at our Bluesky, our Instagram, and our TikTok at ATBPod. Leave us a 5-star rating and review on whatever platform it is that you're listening to us today. Subscribe on the YouTube. And, of course, tell your friends and family about the show because eventually things are going to get crazy around the W, and you're going to want to be there when we're looking into Unrivaled or the new season starts. So do your part and let a friend or a family member know about our great show. Okay, so we got two main things to talk about. Let's start with the women's 3-on-3 Americup tournament, which took place down in Mexico. The U.S. played 5 games of 3-on-3 basketball in the Olympic-style format, which is a 10-minute game that goes either until the 10-minute clock is over and whoever's the higher score wins, or a team reaches 21. It's played on a half court if you haven't watched the Olympic 3-on-3. And our participants on the U.S. team were Alicia Gray, Shakira Austin, Veronica Burton, and Naz Hillman. And spoiler alert, if you didn't see, our ladies took home the gold and won it back from Canada, who they lost it to last year in an exciting tournament. We're just kind of going to go, big picture here, what we saw over these 5 games. But Kristen, I'll let you start. How did you enjoy watching these 4 take home the gold?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would recommend if you're just looking for something to watch one evening. Mm-hmm. It took us like an hour to watch all 5 of these games. Like, they're very quick, just on YouTube. So check them out. It was very fun watching all of these ladies who will be playing in 3-on-3 in Unrivaled this upcoming year. So, I mean, the rules in Unrivaled are very different from these, but it just shows you like how dominant Shakira can be, how good all of the rest of them are, how important like getting back in the rhythm of like the defense and like what you have to do for 3-on-3 versus 5-on-5. So I am very much expecting like the 4 of them to have a little bit of a leg up when the Unrivaled season starts. It was very cool to see Naz and Shakira in this format because they are both rookies to the 3-on-3 Americup format, the tournament. Yeah, sure. Alicia and Veronica Burton had been on 3-on-3 teams before. But they played great. They never trailed in terms of score.
Never once in the 5 games were they ever behind.
They always were leading. Some of the games were huge blowouts, like 22-4.
Yeah, 22-4. And there was the other one was 21-5. I believe in the other, the semifinal was 21-5.
But in general, like, it was very fun. I think Alicia Gray came home as the MVP of this Americup. But if you asked me, like, honestly, I would say that it was Veronica Burton. She was, I think, the most consistent shooter of them. At certain times, the 2 ball, so like really the 3, they count it as 1 point and 2 points.
Ones and twos.
Instead of 2s and 3s. So behind the arc here is a 2. All of them were struggling to hit behind the arc in a lot of these games. But Veronica Burton was the most consistent one. She, without looking at statistics, like she had half the points in the game against Argentina just shooting her 2s behind the arc. So she was just incredibly consistent. But it's such high energy. Like, they had to move so fast because the shot clock is only 12 seconds.
Right.
So it's just like so intense, these games, but they go by super fast. So yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I really enjoyed watching all 4 of them. I think each of the 4 of them had moments to shine. Like, I realized watching this how good Naz Hillman is going to be in Unrivaled. She's going to be an absolute menace on both sides of the ball. Her shot was pretty sure throughout this tournament as well. But my MVP was Shakira Austin, I think. Like, maybe the biggest player in the tournament. I don't know exactly, at least the biggest in terms of the teams that they played against. I don't know about the other teams that we didn't get to see, but man, was she like just unstoppable at times. Just the biggest body, getting it done, and they would hack her and she would make her shots. She would force these and ones. She was pretty good at the line, all things considered. But like gave them another option because Naz and Veronica and Leash are all long ball shooters, are very gifted 3-point shooters. Shakira, that's not necessarily her game, but she used her talents in the paint so effectively. And it was so easy to tell because I feel like at the start of, if not every game, 4 out of 5, they went to her immediately. The first play of every game was get the ball to Shakira and score. And she would score within the first 10 seconds. I mean, of course, a 12-second shot clock. Within the first 5 seconds, she would score. So easily. And really impressed me because Shakira, just as a player in general, like the first year that we started the show, she was one of my faves to watch, but she, constantly goes through seasons where she's injured or she's playing back into form. And I felt like this was the truest Shakira Austin that I've seen in a long time. And, we're going to get to see her in another season of Unrivaled. That's cool. And then she's like one of the players in all of the W that I'm so curious what is going to happen with her, especially given where Washington is. Are they going to decide to build around her and Kiki? Are they going to consider letting her go and maybe drafting a Lauren Betts at the 4th overall pick? They have a lot of options, but Shakira Austin is a very talented basketball player, and it was really cool for her to put that on display in this tournament. The real game we should talk about, if we're going to talk about any of them in better detail, is this game against Canada, because 21-19 down to the wire actually ends in game-winning free throws for Alicia Gray after the game is tied 19-19 by Canada. Apparently these two are like the biggest rivals in all of Americup. Every other year since the tournament has started, it has been US or Canada winning in the final. And Canada, they were the only other team that was remotely close to the size that the US team had. Any thoughts come to mind when we were watching that, or that final against Canada?
Yeah, that was funny hearing that Canada and the US have gone back and forth in gold medals every year that they've done this tournament. And you're so right. Like, I guess we didn't watch some other teams in other groups in the group stage, but like it was pretty like laughable at times how short some of these other teams were and how tall like Shakira and Naz are on the US. So Canada was much taller, like definitely matched our height. So in that sense, it became much more of a close game. I think something that finally came together in this game was passing. At least Alicia's passing in this game felt like it finally like clicked a little bit. And I'm not sure how much these four like practiced with each other leading up to this.
Tough to say.
But it was like a little rough in the first couple games, like watching some of their passing, and like they just weren't like finding each other very easily. And like, yeah, it didn't really matter because they're winning by 20 points in every game.
You're right.
But in this game, when it really mattered, because it was a very close game the entire time, it really like it clicked and they started to really find each other and have really like beautiful looking passes. So that was good that they learned and they grew and then they worked it out.
Well, and what was so great was Canada were also passing super well, and this was truly the closest thing we had to an equal power game, because in some of the other, especially the quarterfinal and the semifinal, US outmatched them, the other teams, so much better. Like they were just chucking. Their strategies were, I'm going to get the ball out behind the arc and shoot and hope that I can make enough twos to beat them. And they did not make enough twos. It was like Canada was guarding them so much better than any other team, and also doing interesting triangular passes where everybody touches the ball before they score. So it's no wonder that this is the case. This is the final. Like, this is the level of players that we're going to see. I actually remembered Plouffe from the Olympics, one of the Canadian players. I was point at the screen. I was like, oh yeah. So clearly they have that Olympic continuity, which is why I can imagine that they're here against the U.S. Their biggest problem was they got into foul trouble. They hit the 7 foul limit, which gives bonus free throws. You get to shoot 2 every time there's a foul with 5 minutes and 43 seconds to go. So in 4 minutes and 10 seconds, they reached the foul limit. Canada did. And that was really the U.S.'s bread and butter because they were getting to the line and they were able to win the game on free throws. So maybe if Canada, even though it seemed like they were defending really well, they ended up in trouble and it cost them the tournament most likely. It was a bummer that the game ended on a ticky-tack foul, but you're in the double bonus at that point. So Leash goes to the line, calmly knocks them down, and then gets to celebrate. And that earns her the MVP of the night. Really pretty fun. Like Kristen said, an hour of your time. Doesn't take too long. One of the games is literally 8 minutes real time because the U.S. is so good at scoring. But it's cool to have at least some basketball to watch because I'm sort of starving for it. So congratulations to the 4 Americup winners. Another gold medal comes back to the U.S.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
With Venmo Stash, a taco in one hand and ordering a ride in the other means you're stacking cash back. Nice. Get up to 5% cash back with Venmo Stash on your favorite brands when you pay with your Venmo debit card. From takeout to rideshares, entertainment, and more, pick a bundle with your go-tos and start earning cash back at those brands. Earn more cash when you do more with Stash. Venmo Stash terms and exclusions apply. Max $100 cash back per month. See terms at venmo.me/stash terms.
Hey, it's Chris K from Target, wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas. Hit it! Dasher, give me some jingle bells. Dancer, Prancer, let's hear a beat. And Mouse Chorus! Oh, it's a beautiful job, everybody! All right, now bring it home. Happy holidays, everybody.
When you think boots, you think Ariat. You think comfort from day one and durability to day 1,000. You think steel toes on the job, square toes on the dance floor. With style that owns a Saturday night and still looks sharp enough for Sunday dinner. And through every mile and every moment, you're thinking Ariat boots. Boots that show up, stand out, turn bad ideas into better stories, and still punch the clock come Monday morning. Now, it's time to stop thinking and start shopping. Find your Ariat boots at Ariat.com or a retailer near you.
And now we should, of course, talk about the updates that we have regarding the CBA negotiations. Since we have recorded last, the Players Association and the league have reached an agreement of an extension of another 6 weeks, taking the deadline to sign the CBA all the way to January 9th, which would be after the start of Unrivaled, which would be well after when we had the expansion draft last year. And while I felt good about it or okay about it on the 30th, the stuff that we've been getting over the last couple days has made me pretty nervous about the whole situation. So why don't you fill us in if you missed some of these wild details about what the league is trying to get into. It's a damn mess.
Well, I was even surprised that the players agreed to wait 6 weeks. Like, that's a long time. When clearly you're not getting anywhere at this point. So that to me was a weird situation. Like, are we trying to do something now? 6 weeks, you're not going to reach an agreement before 6 weeks. It's going to be in 6 weeks then. So it's why are we're just dragging along? Yeah. So that was just annoying to begin with. And yeah, the league is proposing a lot of interesting stuff right now, where I'm assuming they're saying, well, we're going to be paying you so much more money, so we don't need to give you any sort of benefits that you've been getting up till now, like cutting team housing. Sure, they'll be getting paid more and they'll be able to afford housing. Okay, that's like a bare minimum thing to be able to afford. But like, what if someone is traded and they don't know the area? People come internationally and they don't know. Like, sometimes they need help, like with housing.
Yeah.
So that's a not great thing to say, is a team doesn't have to help you with housing.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean that a team can't help you with housing.
I don't even know what it means.
It's just not it is currently mandated in the CBA that they should provide you housing in the case that you are coming to the new city and you do not have a place to live. But we are removing that word mandatory and saying, well, if they want to help you, they can, but they're not required to. But the de facto thing is, like, every team should be helping their players find a home, because can you imagine the PR nightmare of that team, that one team that doesn't help anybody? I don't even want to pick a team, because anybody listening that's a fan of that team would be like, oh, why are you taking a shot at my team? Could you imagine if like 14 out of 15 teams, oh yeah, we'll help you find housing, but there's that one franchise that's like, you're on your own, kid.
I don't think they care at this point.
It's a ridiculous thing to remove something that's already in the CBA, but that's just the first one that we got. Well, and not to mention the other ridiculous things about the league wanting to start the season earlier, start training camp earlier, and also putting another thing on the calendar before the season starts. They want to institute a combine, a player combine, similar to the NBA or similar to the NFL, which would require players who are going to be drafted to attend a combine, which is where they are showing off their skills ahead of the draft. And if they do not attend with an appropriate excuse, then their salaries will be docked. That is ludicrous, because who are you drafting? You're drafting college athletes who are in the middle of their college season, in the most important part of their college season. If you're going to do this combine, it's going to be in, I don't know, February. There's no other time to do a combine because of the way that the schedules work. The players get a week or two tops to take a break before they are drafted, and then they immediately have to play professional national basketball on television, on ESPN. This is just how the situation goes. We cannot make it earlier. You can't. They're not going to change the college schedule. They're not going to do that. NCAA's not going to do that.
Actually change all of March Madness, because we want to pay the players
We're going to call
less.
it February Madness now, because we got to get these players in the W by mid-March. It is just so ludicrous.
And like, if there were 32 teams and 90 some odd players that you're supposedly picking from, you like to have a combine. This is 15 teams, and you know all these players. They've been in college 4 years. It's not like in the NBA where they're only in college 1 year sometimes. They've been in college. You've been seeing them. You're going to require the top women who are like trying to win a national championship to leave their college and come play for you in a combine. It probably would be like 2 days. It's not like a long thing, but still. It's just a ridiculous idea. So they propose making the season earlier. They also want to do this because they don't like players playing overseas. They propose lengthening the season because they don't like players going to Unrivaled or Athletes Unlimited. They just want all players to like basically pledge their loyalty to the W and not have opportunity to play anywhere else or get like penalized for it, but also not pay you anywhere close to like what those other leagues are paying. It's just like the gall. Who are you?
Yeah. Well, here's a revelation that just happened to me, because I saw we were talking about this in our group chat. What is the impact on the NBA if you don't go to the combine? And this is news to me. I did not know this. I did not know this. But as of the 2024 draft, if you do not participate in the combine, unless you're injured or have another legitimate reason, then you're not eligible to be drafted, which is interesting. This notion that a player's salary could be docked if you don't attend the whatever ridiculous WNBA combine. Like, I'm sorry. Like, honestly, between EuroLeague and college basketball, that just has to be the combine. It just has to be. Or you got to give teams the opportunity then to invite players for private workouts. Like, that's the only way we can do this. We cannot. There's not enough time to do it. It just simply isn't.
Like, I think about sometimes Paige winning the national championship this year and then immediately being drafted, immediately playing a whole season in Dallas. To me, it's a fever dream. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine for her. Like, right. This whole year, like, must have felt fake to her. Like, she must be like, did that even happen? Like, it just goes by so fast. Mm-hmm. You have no time to even like process what is going on.
Just so silly.
Like the NBA owners, we talk about this, how the NBA just has this grip. Now the NBA owners are trying to force these players to only play in the W when they are the ones who originally put the league in the summer.
Right.
Like, this is your fault.
Right.
And at this point,
you can't change it.
You can't change it at this point. It is what it is. It's in the summer.
Right. It is summer. It is a summer league.
Unless you're going to pay them millions and millions of dollars.
Right. To put it up next to the NBA.
And put it next to the NBA. Unless you want to do that.
You can't even do that because half of them use NBA stadiums. You can't do that.
That's true.
I mean, you could do it, obviously, with scheduling, but like,
it's just like a mess. Like, you did this to yourselves, and now you're like trying to force these players to not be paid what they deserve because you created this problem.
Right. When it's a drop in the bucket, it is a drop in the bucket. Not to mention that their numbers are still at like a $5 million cap is their suggested cap right now. That's where the money is. Kristen and I are saying that needs to be like kind of close to where a single max should be. We said $3 to 4 million for one player, not $5 million for the entire team. You're way off. And that's why I get nervous. That's where I'm like, I don't know. I could see a scenario where it's the entire year, but like, we have two brand new teams. How can we do that? That's what makes it so unprecedented. If they weren't expanding, then it would feel more likely to me that they just take an entire year and they step away like we've seen in some other professional sports. I don't think they can do that. I don't think that...
I'd be furious if I'm anyone on the Fire or the Tempo or even... Oh, no team is coming next year.
No.
Okay. Well, even if that was a team, I'd be pissed. If I'm any of them, I'm pissed.
The league baked in that insurance year so they can take the year off. And
maybe.
That's an insane concept. But yes, you have to be pissed. You have to be furious. So
whenever that gets resolved, the CBA, we have to do a double expansion draft and we have to do all the free agency.
Yep.
So we're here for that.
On an extremely crunched timeline. But 6 weeks, man, that is so annoying. It's so annoying because I just want something to get done.
I know. Nothing's getting done over the holidays.
It was going to be 24 hours. That was the original thing.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like a little shocked at like, why didn't they just strike then?
Right.
If you're willing to wait, why are you willing to wait 6 weeks?
Right. when a lot of the players are going to be down in Miami getting ready for Unrivaled.
Yeah. Well, they just want to gossip in Unrivaled together.
Yeah. Yep. And who knows? Maybe after all this, it's Unrivaled and Athletes Unlimited and the other league that we won't mention again, that are the only leagues left until we start the new WNBA.
Well,
Whatever
Philly's getting a team.
Philly better get a dang team.
So this better be resolved by 2030 is all I'm saying.
Yeah, you can take 4 years, but not a day longer. Mm-hmm. You got to resolve this by 2030. And then we can do a quintuple expansion draft or whatever the heck it is. It's fine. Everybody protects one player. What a world. Mm-hmm. Well, I think that'll do it for this rant of an episode of Attack the Baseline. We'll, of course, be back if there's more news. And as we continue into the quiet off season with no CBA signatures in sight.
We have our bingo board coming up.
Yes.
We're thinking of things that will happen in women's basketball next year.
Yeah, so look forward to that. That's a fun one. Should be around the start of the new year, I would say. Maybe one of the last ones of the year. We'll come out with the 26 board. But yeah, other than that, just fingers crossed that we get some more news to talk about soon. But anyway, as again, that'll do it for this episode. Kristen, I'm staring at the baseline. And as always, what are we going to do?
Attack it.
Attack the baseline. Thank you so much for listening. We'll be back soon, hopefully with something cool to say.
Tis the season of gifting and halls to deck, and the Who's and Who Newville were in love with new tech. Where can we find Sonos and Samsung and Nintendo, they shouted. Would they find it in one place? This they questioned and doubted. When suddenly a Who yelled, Walmart's the place to start! And each Who added headphones, TVs, and games to their carts. With Walmart, their shopping was done in a flurry. They cried out, who knew? And ordered their gifts in a hurry. Shop the latest tech gifts in the Walmart app.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
Mientras los quienes de Villaquién reían y comían, el Grinch desde su guarida su plan definía. Pensó, ¿cómo arruinar sus cenas festivas? Y le vino una idea, de las más retorcidas. Salpicaré sus papitas de verde, con sazón de pepinillo, y con esos feos calcetines verán mi retorcido motivo. Así que si quieres probar lo que el Grinch preparó, ve a McDonald's y verás lo que tramó. El nuevo Grinch Meal, ya, en McDonald's. En McDonald's participantes hasta agotar existencias. Para pa pa pa.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.